All right, let's jump straight in today. We're diving into some really interesting sources on George Foreman and Muhammad Ali.
Yes, specifically that incredible journey Foreman went on regarding Ali.
Exactly. We've got articles, interviews, Foreman's own words stacked up here. And the mission really is, how does the guy who was, well, psychologically demolished by Ali in 74,
Utterly shattered, yeah.
how does he end up saying Ali basically showed him the way?
It's such a stark contrast, isn't it?
Yeah.
You look at Foreman pre-Zaire, 1974. He was this almost mythical figure of terror.
Undefeated?
A monster, some called him.
Right. And the animosity towards Ali was palpable, really public. Then you fast forward.
And you get this beloved figure, an ordained minister even.
Who talks about Ali with genuine love. The sources really point to that public defeat being the key, the thing that unlocked a kind of private humility. That's the paradox, right? His biggest professional low becomes the trigger for this huge personal, liberation almost. What I find really fascinating looking through Foreman's reflections is where it starts. It seems to begin with this intellectual respect for Ali as a boxer. He stopped seeing just the loudmouth, He started calling him an unsolvable pugilistic riddle.
Exactly. Foreman, the power puncher, suddenly sees Ali's skill. Not just speed, though the speed was incredible. Foreman described it as a form of illusion.
An illusion, wow.
Yeah. And he flat out called Ali the smartest boxer he ever faced. Talked about the strategic brilliance, like the rope-a-dope.
You're right, turning Foreman's own greatest strength, his aggression, back on him.
Using it against him. Masterful, really.
But that realization, wasn't that just devastating for the ego, the invincible champ realizing he was outthought? And the sources mention Ali's chin of granite.
Oh, absolutely. Taking those huge shots.
That had to plant a seed of doubt, right? That maybe power wasn't enough.
It did. And that doubt, interestingly, seems to bleed over into respect for Ali, the person, outside the ring.
Okay, so how does that connect?
Well, Foreman starts to see Ali's character, his moral strength. Foreman really zeroes in on Ali refusing the draft during Vietnam.
Even though it cost Ali years of his career.
Exactly. Foreman said Ali stood for something. And this is Foreman, remember, who's grappling with his own shattered image. He starts admiring that certainty in Ali.
And that's the link. The loss leads to introspection, which leads to admiring Ali's principles.
That seems to be the thread. Foreman himself says it. That loss in Zaire, the humiliation. He calls it the psychological demolition he needed. Yeah. Said it forced him to be humble, made him a better person. The loss wasn't just a defeat. It was necessary, in his view.
Wow. So the rivalry doesn't just fade, it actually transforms.
Completely. Into one of the most unlikely and frankly powerful friendships in sports. They became, in Foreman's words, the best of friends.
Sharing that. What do you call it? The Kinshasa secret.
The Kinshasa secret, yeah. Like this shared trauma, this intense experience that only they could truly understand. It bonded them.
And the language Foreman uses now.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
It really is.
He calls Ali the greatest man I've ever known. Not just greatest boxer, but greatest man.
And then just simply, I love that man.
That level of open affection coming from George Foreman about Muhammad Ali adds to the proof of the journey, isn't it? The ego's gone.
Absolutely. It's Foreman's own redemption story.
Yeah.
In a way. He took his worst moment and turned it into his most meaningful relationship.
And for Ali's legacy.
It shows his impact went way beyond wins and losses. Right?
Yeah.
He could actually change the hearts of the guys who wanted to knock his head off. It was mutual kind of redemption, I think.
In Foreman's words, they end up being this amazing dual narrative. It's a tribute to Ali's genius, sure, but it's Foreman's autobiography of finding grace.
Yeah, beautifully put. And maybe the final thought is the real victory of the Rumble in the Jungle. Maybe it wasn't decided in 1974. Maybe it took decades to fully play out. In that transformation from just raw hate to love. So for you listening, if a loss like that can lead to something so profound, what hidden value might be sitting inside your own biggest setback?